Melbourne, Australia. Something really bad happened in country Victoria. A sovereign citizen shot 2 police officers and ended their lives while they were serving us just a search order. And then he ran, and he's still on the run, and they locked down the small community. It's extremely heartbreaking for the whole state. This is something that doesn't really happen here. It happened in Queensland not long ago, where police officers also lost their lives. The point is, I'll show you. It's terrible, my sweetheart. I'm about to put the news on. You can have a look. Terrible.
Hello and welcome to ABC News. I'm Melissa McKay. The Victorian Alpine region town of Purpunka is in lockdown tonight after 2 police officers were shot and killed and a third injured. 10 officers went to a property there to serve a warrant from the Sexual Crime Squad on Desi Freeman, a local known to consider himself as a sovereign citizen. Police say they were ambushed and a 59-year-old detective and 35-year-old senior constable were shot dead before Freeman escaped into bushland. He remains at large tonight, with people in the area being urged to stay indoors. On the Great Alpine Road, holidaymakers allowed dozens of police cars to speed past.
Horrible.
Racing to Purpunka, where 2 of their colleagues were shot dead on a property southeast of the town.
We are deeply, deeply sorry for this event.
10 officers were there to serve a warrant on Desi Freeman, a man known to consider himself a sovereign citizen.
They're going to shoot him now.
He opened fire, killing a 59-year-old detective and 35-year-old senior constable, with a third officer shot in the leg.
Our members today paid the ultimate price for protecting the community.
At a nearby caravan park, police scrambled to raise the alarm.
One of our workers said, there's an active shooter. And I was like, what? The police were coming through our property and said, you need to get indoors, lock your cars, get all your keys out your cars and go inside.
The local primary school was put into lockdown and put its emergency plan into action.
We got into classrooms really quickly, drew down our blinds, locked doors, and just made sure that everyone was accounted for.
Police say Freeman then escaped into bushland.
He was heavily armed and he was able to escape into the bush. I do understand that he was pursued.
Can you hear properly?
But he was able to get away.
Late this afternoon, shaken parents arrived at the school to collect their loved ones.
It's just the kind of thing you don't expect it to happen. But just very thankful to the school. They've kept us updated all day.
The Alpine Shire Council has closed all of its facilities as they remember the officers who have lost their lives.
They serve with courage, compassion and dedication.
No, that's horrible.
And their loss is felt profoundly across our region.
While politicians praised the work of police.
Victoria police officers and all of our first responders show extraordinary bravery and courage every single day.
Our thoughts are with the police.
That's the Prime Minister of Australia.
That they do each and every day.
Purpunka is a small, quiet and picturesque town, but today's events have heightened emotions as the tight-knit community comes to terms with what's happened.
It's just a really, really terrible tragedy that's happened in our small community. So, yeah.
All of
Ashley
my close
Aldridge,
friends.
ABC News,
You'll see
Purpunka.
him. They're going to show him now.
And more details are now emerging about the alleged killer. Desi Freeman, who's also gone by a number of other names, is a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen with a grudge against police.
Desi Freeman has always had a toxic relationship with Victoria Police.
There he is.
Mr. Freeman is a so-called sovereign citizen, a group of conspiracy theorists who believe the government and the courts are illegitimate. Sources allege the officers were ambushed and Mr. Freeman, an experienced survivalist, fled into the bush. He was living in a compound at the end of a dirt track on the outskirts of Purpunka when police came calling. Sovereign
Unbelievable.
citizens are
There he
deeply
is. Look at him.
suspicious of the media, but that didn't stop Mr. Freeman from appearing on TV more than half
Just
a
a
decade ago
coward.
over a neighbourhood dispute about local laws.
Well, the police fined him. He paid thousands of dollars for that chainsaw incident.
That's him
breaching
talking.
the noise abatement notice. And Senior Constable actually said to me that he'd never seen a case so bad.
In 2021, Desi Freeman was arrested during a protest outside the Myrtleford Magistrates Court after a local chiropractor tried to charge then Premier Daniel Andrews with treason and fraud. The case was struck out. Tonight, he's a fugitive. Police undertaking a significant search to find the alleged killer. Danny Tran, ABC News, Melbourne.
And we're standing by to take you live to Melbourne, where Victorian Premier Jacinta Allen is expected to give you an update. We'll bring that to you live as soon as we can. To other news now, and
Anyway, I'll turn the camera around. Yeah, he got away. He was heavily armed, and he was just heavily armed, and he ran away from police, shooting like a cowboy. Now, I think if you want to be a sovereign citizen, go for it. Whatever tickles your fancy. What affects me personally is that I have a property in Victoria, on the other side of Victoria, going on the other extreme end. And you find that, people that want to be a bit free goes to small towns in different cities. Hey, Sandra. Hello, sweetheart. Where are you from, Sandra? But yeah, I basically bought my off-grid my off-grid shed is to relax and be in nature. Oh, hello from the Philippines. I'm from Uruguay originally, but I'm in Australia for many years. So when the Philippines, I love it. Your language is still has a little bit from the Spanish that left the numbers, I believe, and some of the names. But yeah, it's as I was saying, I went there to get in touch with nature and get away from the big city. And also I have solar panels and, just, it's nice to be off the grid. I like the freedom of, going to rivers and the family and my kids can come and visit. But then you find these sovereign citizens, which is fine, but they're armed to the teeth. And then when someone approaches, they just shoot. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of Philippines, people from the Philippines here in Australia, in Melbourne. I love the food. Delicious. So delicious. Are you in the Philippines at the moment, Sandra? Hi, Joshua. Oh, really? Yes, they go on holidays to the Philippines. Oh, well, beautiful. Hey, 1979. Good morning, sweetheart. Yes, it's just beautiful because in Melbourne at the moment we have winter. It's been cold and raining. And good morning to people. It's actually late here. It's 9:44 p.m. And so yeah, but I'm just so upset about the 2 police officers that were shot and lost their lives in Victoria. It's not something that we see all the time. It's just shocking, really. We are due for an update soon, I believe. So they said 9 o'clock. we're gonna have so they're gonna talk about it. So, 7:44 a.m. And you have your coffee? You have your coffee? Sandra, you got up early. Actually, I have a coffee with me as well. Yeah, I have my coffee. I'll show you my cup. Maybe Sandra can read it. It says manzanilla, which is his chamomile. Oh, that's early. I'm going to put the news because I think the Premier talks, so I can show you guys what the Premier of Australia says.
Live now to Victoria, where the Victorian Premier Jacinta Allen is giving an update on the unfolding situation in the state, where 2 police officers have been killed and a third is currently undergoing surgery after being shot.
What has occurred today in Port Punker is shocking. I might just pause for a tick while we...
Yeah, they have trouble with the microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just pause for a minute.
Welcome, everyone. I'm just showing you what's going on in Melbourne today. It's just a day of mourning for the whole state.
That's okay.
And our hearts go
okay?
to the police officers that were killed. It's just horrible.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
No. My
Okay, thank you.
my off-grid property is a bit on the other side of Victoria.
And just so utterly heartbreaking. 2 Victoria police officers have lost their lives in the service of our state. Another has been seriously injured, and their families are facing the kind of grief that no family should ever have to experience. Policing comes with danger, and every day our police officers meet that danger with enormous courage and dedication.
The volume okay
and this tragedy is a painful reminder of that bravery. Our Victorian government stands with the men and women of Victoria Police today and every day that they wear their uniform with great pride. And we also too, and my thoughts are with the community of Port Punker, that beautiful part of North East.
It's funny to see Wendy Addelson's face there at the bottom. I'm 300 k's away from there, so not close. But we don't know where he is. The good thing is that they have deployed a lot of people out, and also we have, well, he's not going to come into Melbourne because there's a lot of cameras here. There's a lot of, hang on, I'll turn the camera to talk because obviously Melbourne's full of cameras all over the streets. It will be like court. Now where he is the Alpine region, so it's full of mountains, and it's also very close to the border with New South Wales, which goes into Sydney. And Canberra and Sydney are on alert, so all the police movement is pretty big because he could just go across, state lines. So, but it's 10 o'clock and they still haven't found him. They're still working on to get him. My property is on the other side, like the state of Victoria, like this is here, over here, my property. But I mean, who says that there's a lot of sovereign citizens. I've got nothing against nobody, just don't go shooting people. Like people in this town were taking the kids to school, the children everybody was petrified because it's not something that happens, but yeah. It just really pisses me off. So I'll show you guys the
in Victoria, who are
she's
carrying the weight of this horrific day. They will not carry that weight alone. Our thoughts too should remain with the Victoria Police members and the wider emergency services who are right now still responding to this most unthinkable crime. And our hearts are with and remain with the families, the friends and colleagues of those who have been lost. Every support they need, we will provide, and today is such a tragic day for our state. I'll now hand over to the Police Minister.
Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Premier. Today, 2 fallen officers have joined the ranks of so many over many years who have made the ultimate sacrifice in serving our community here in Victoria. Our thoughts are with them, with their families, with their police colleagues. We also know police members, past and present, are feeling this very deeply. We're grateful, all Victorians are grateful, for the care and medical support being provided to a 3rd officer who was injured today. We know that the police operation continues in the cold and the wet this evening. In North East Victoria, police members continue to serve and protect the community of Port Punker and surrounds, while seeking to apprehend an offender that's at large. We'd ask all Victorians to continue to follow police advice. If you see something, if you're unsure, contact the local police station, Crime Stoppers, or 000. The Chief Commissioner of Victoria Police have made it clear that people around that area should stay indoors, avoid unnecessary travel, but also understand when we're back out there again tomorrow on your way to work, dropping people at school, wherever you are, that Victoria Police members will be there at work across our state. And if you get an opportunity in the midst of it all, to thank them for the work that they do every day and night, 24/7, to serve and protect the community.
That's right.
To take an oath to serve others. Those members who went to this property today did that as they did every day, and their colleagues are doing it right now. We're thinking of them all, the Parliament, the people of Victoria, the government. Provide every support and service to Victoria Police members to continue to keep us safe, but to also continue to act in this operation to bring an offender to custody.
Everybody
Thanks,
needs
Premier.
to be safe in all communities, all around the world. We need safety, we need love and a bit more unity.
The Chief Commissioner has earlier this evening addressed the media and has provided the information that can be made available publicly at this time. And I think it's important to remember, as I'm sure we do, there are families who are grieving, there are family members who still need to have this just so deeply heartbreaking news broken to them, and they deserve the dignity of being supported when they hear that news in the appropriate way. So Victoria Police will continue to provide details of both the killed and injured officers and also the operational details as is appropriate, because it's also important to remember that this continues to be an active crime scene, an active investigation, and all of our efforts must be placed behind supporting the work of police and emergency services who are deploying every resource to bring this person who has engaged in a hideous criminal act to account.
Gone into calling in more specialists, say Defence Force members?
Yeah, Heidi, in terms of the operational decisions, the Chief Commissioner will speak to those and make those operational decisions as is appropriate. And the Chief Commissioner earlier this evening has already gone to the significant resources that are being deployed right now by Victoria Police. And I also make it very clear that if there are additional resources that the Victorian Government can provide to support the work of both the Victoria Police, but also too, there are many other emergency services who are supporting that work. There is an enormous amount of work that is going on, and we stand ready to provide every support to our emergency services. But I also do just want to reflect too for a moment for the community of Port Punker. It's a beautiful part of Victoria. It's a small, tight-knit community in country Victoria, and this is an incredibly difficult day, and there'll be more difficult days ahead for that community, and we also stand in support of the community of Port Punker.
Can you tell us more about this update?
Again, that is something for Victoria Police to provide that detail and those updates, because clearly every resource is being deployed to apprehend this offender. And to echo the Chief Commissioner, alongside every resource, this offender will be found. He will be dealt with. And it is important that we give Victoria Police every opportunity to deal with this, as they will do, as the Minister said. They'll deploy resources overnight and into tomorrow.
How regularly are you speaking with the Chief Minister or the Police Minister about this?
The Police Minister and I have been in regular contact both with each other over the course of today and have had a number of conversations with the Chief Commissioner. I've also spoken to the Secretary of the Police Association, Wayne Gatt, as well, because there is a nationwide Victoria Police family, a nationwide policing family that are putting their arms around Victoria Police. And I too, through Wayne Gatt, have extended our thoughts, our support, and every resource that can support Victoria Police as they both continue their work protecting our community, and they are experiencing the deep grief at the loss of two of their colleagues.
How concerned are you about the safety of those living in Pupunka right now in the immediate communities?
As Victoria Police have advised, this is a serious situation. We should acknowledge this is a deeply serious situation, which is why the community is receiving updates. Victoria Police, and I urge the Victorian community to heed the messages and advice from Victoria Police to stay indoors. If you do see anything that causes you suspicion, to please call 000 immediately. And continue to monitor the local circumstances and follow the advice of Victoria Police.
In recent years, there's been this emergence of this sovereign citizen movement who look at authorities, police and government as the enemy. Prior to the events of today, how concerned were you at what we've been seeing?
Chip, I think you can appreciate I'm not going to be drawn on some observations and reflections on that matter. It is far too early, particularly when there is an offender at large. And my focus right now is both providing every support to Victoria Police and emergency services to deal with this offender, but also to understanding the support that must and needs to be provided to the families, the loved ones, the colleagues of the two fallen officers, and also to the community of Port Punker.
Have you had a chance to speak to those families?
I intend to, but again, Shannon, this is such a difficult day, and there are family members who will still be having the news shared with them, and it is important that we give them that space. But it is my intention that I will reach out to the families at the appropriate time.
And just on the support that you say the government can provide, can you tell us what that looks like?
It will be what is asked of us, both in terms of the resources that the emergency services may need on the ground, but also to the practical support we can provide to the families and Victoria Police. And we'll take the advice of the families, we'll listen to the families, listen to the community. I've also reached out and left a message with the Mayor of the Alpine Shire as well. We stand in support of Victoria Police, of the community of Port Punker, and stand ready to support them in any way we can, because today is such a tragic day for Victoria Police, for the community of Port Punker, and for the state of Victoria. And we will unite. We will unite and put our arms around the men and women of Victoria Police. We will unite and support the community of Port Punker. That's what Victorians do. In our toughest of times, we reach out and provide support, we provide love, we provide care, and make it absolutely clear that this was a hideous criminal act and this offender will be dealt with.
How likely is it that the suspect is still in the northeast? I mean, it's not too far from the border, New South Wales border.
Look, again, it is a live, active investigation that is on the ground right now, and I think it's appropriate to not make any commentary from here tonight that would cut across the work that is happening right now in the northeast.
Hey, Carolina.
The school in the area would open. I think it was in lockdown for some areas.
The advice to the community of Port Punker will be directed from Victoria Police, and I think we can all appreciate that the operational needs of Victoria Police will be the primary focus whilst they do everything necessary to deal with this offender. Thank you.
That was Victorian Premier Jacinta
That's it. The chat is frozen, so I'm gonna restart the live. I'll restart it because I can't even refresh it. I'll see you in a minute.